Let's be honest, AI and LinkedIn, it's a combo that's both exciting and kind of unnerving.
Definitely intriguing. The potential is huge, but skepticism is a good thing when it comes to these tools.
Oh, absolutely. Skepticism is our middle name on this show. So we dug into Scripe's marketing website, blog posts, the whole spiel. We want to decode what they want us to know.
Exactly. Their messaging is key to understanding if this tool can actually deliver.
And they come out swinging, right? Viral LinkedIn posts in seconds, that's a bold promise.
Classic marketing, right? Promise the dream outcome, but the details, that's where it gets interesting.
And they do get into it a bit. They call Scripe your personal brand assistant, which I thought was a curious choice of words.
Very deliberate, I'd say. Assistant feels approachable, less intimidating, especially for those who find LinkedIn a bit overwhelming.
Makes you wonder, who are they targeting then? The LinkedIn pros or those who just wish they were?
They're casting a wide net, it seems. Their materials mention everyone from solo creators to entire teams and big companies. But they also keep hitting that pain point of feeling overwhelmed online.
Yeah, trying to be everything to everyone, are they? But one thing they push hard is this voice to content thing. You record yourself, boom, LinkedIn post, magically.
That's where the tech behind the curtain matters.
Yeah.
Voice to content, that usually means some serious speech recognition, natural language processing. It's got to be more than just transcription, right?
They're saying it captures your style, your tone, almost like it's ghostwriting ASU.
That's the pitch, yeah. If it works as well as they claim, it could be huge EE for people who struggle with putting their thoughts into writing.
And it's not just about creating, it's about analyzing too. They talk about analytics a lot.
Oh yeah, they're all about that data-driven approach. They've got this dashboard that supposedly tracks everything, engagement, reach, who's seeing your stuff.
So it's about figuring out what works, what resonates with your audience.
Exactly. Data can be incredibly valuable for refining your approach and making sure your content actually lands.
And speaking of landing, they're not shy about name dropping some big clients, like Fortune 500 big.
Social proof, it's a powerful tool. They want you to see those big names and think, well, if it's good enough for them.
It's good enough for me, right? But of course, we got to look beyond the hype.
Always. Testimonials are one thing, but we need to understand what personalized actually means in this context.
Right, because they say it a lot, but what does it look like in practice? How does Scripe actually tailor content to you?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? Do they just sprinkle in some industry jargon, or is this AI really learning how you express yourself?
That's what I want to know. Personalized, sure, but how? What does that actually look like in the posts Scripe spits out?
I'd want to see examples, right? Show me how the AI takes my UI data and actually uses it. Is it like adapting on the fly or just kind of filling in the blanks with my info?
Yeah. Is it pulling keywords or is it actually sounding like a Mia? That's the scary part, honestly.
It is. It gets into tricky territory fast. If a tool's writing for you, even based on your style, is it authentic? Where's the line between helpful and handing over your voice entirely?
It's a tough one, right? If it helps me get my point across, awesome. But if it's the AI doing the thinking, that's weird.
Exactly. Are we losing something if we're not the ones crafting our message? And imagine everyone using AI for this. Wouldn't LinkedIn just become this sea of generic, perfect posts?
Oh man, good point. If everyone sounds the same online, suddenly the imperfections are way more interesting.
Totally. It becomes less about fitting some algorithm's idea of good and more about the messy, real stuff, the stuff an AI can't fake.
So AI on LinkedIn could actually make being human the thing that stands out.
Right. It's a reminder that even online connection, real connection, it needs that human element.
Like that saying, people do business with people they like, right?
Yeah.
And you can't fake that.
Exactly. Trust, shared stories, letting your guard down a bit. It's all human.
Okay, so how does Scripe handle this? Do they even address this whole optimization versus being genuine thing?
They dance around it, talking about capturing your unique voice, but not really getting into what happens if you lean on the AI too much.
Trying to have their cake and eat it too, huh? Efficiency and a human touch. Can they really do both?
Million-dollar question.
And
honestly, it's up to each person to decide what matters more to them.
Right. Is using a tool like this cheating or just working smarter? No easy answer there. But okay, let's say they can make my posts go viral. Do I even want that?
Great question. Going viral, that's a flash in the pan. Doesn't mean you're making real connections or getting anything lasting out of it.
So what am I aiming for then? Internet fame or actually building a network that does something for my career?
Exactly. Why are you even on LinkedIn? What are you trying to achieve?
So maybe it's not, can Scripe make me go viral? It's, can it help me meet the right people?
Now you're getting it.
Yeah.
And the right people are different for everyone. New job, becoming a thought leader, whatever your goals are.
And we got to figure out what Scripe considers success, right? Is it just likes and shares or something more?
Important question. Because the real value is not just in what the tool can do, but if it matches what you want out of your career, your online presence.
Okay, so not a magic bullet, but maybe something that if you use it right, it can help you navigate LinkedIn, which, let's face it, can be a lot.
Exactly. Technology to boost your voice, not replace it.
Right. Okay, before we go full on philosophy here, let's bring it back to Scripe. Anything from their stuff really jump out at you, good, bad, whatever?
I was intrigued by how much they emphasized that the AI is always learning. Like, it's not a finished product. It keeps evolving.
So it's learning from everyone using it. That's kind of wild, right? Like, the AI is getting smarter because we're using it.
That's the idea, yeah. It uses that data to supposedly get better at personalizing the experience. But it makes you wonder, how far can that really go?
Right. Like, is it actually understanding ME or just like a million data points that kind of look like me? It's getting a little too Black Mirror in here. Haha.
I get you. And it brings up those big questions, right? Privacy, autonomy. If it's all algorithms, are we really in control of our online selves?
And are we limiting ourselves too? Like, if it only shows us what it thinks we want, what are we missing?
It's a double-edged sword for sure. Personalized stuff can be super helpful, but we got to stay curious, keep seeking out new stuff, not just what the algorithm feeds us.
So yeah, AI can be a tool, but we got to use it right. Be aware of the downsides too.
Exactly. Which brings us back to the big question. What does this law mean for you, the listener? How do you navigate this crazy world of AI and online networking? But like, do it authentically.
Right. It's your LinkedIn, your career at the end of the day. So where do you even start with all this?
Honestly, start with yourself. What are your goals? What do you want out of your online presence? Once you know that, then you can look at tools like Scripe and see if they actually fit.
So don't just follow the hype. Really think about if it works for you, for your career.
Exactly. And even if you do use AI, never forget your experiences, your perspective. That's what makes you valuable, what people connect with. Don't lose sight of that.
It always comes back to being genuine, right? Like we were saying, that's what people remember, that human connection. Maybe that's the thing. The more AI tries to be human, the more important being human becomes.
It's true. The more tech tries to mimic us, the more we crave realness from each other.
It's like the more things change, the more they stay the same. But in this case, the more tech tries to sound human, the more being human is what makes you stand out online.
Exactly. Words on a screen are one thing, but real connection, that's about vulnerability, shared experiences, truly being yourself.
So yeah, experiment, find what works for you online. But never underestimate the power of your voice, your perspective. That's what makes you stand out.
And who knows, maybe that little bit of human imperfection is exactly what the algorithm didn't see coming.
Now, wouldn't that be something? This was a fascinating deep dive, everyone. Thanks for joining us. And until next time, stay curious out there.